AM 1450, FM 99.3, KNSI. Welcome to Taking You Home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. Thursday mornings at 7:23, Saturday at 12:53 in the afternoon. Start that home search at VoigtJohnson.com. Heidi Voigt, good morning.
Good morning.
Boy, I love this. Talking about change, right?
Yeah.
How long you been in real estate?
Since 2009.
Have you ever seen changes like we've had in the past several years?
Well, I think coming out of the building industry and going into just regular housing industry,
sure.
I saw some pretty dramatic changes there. I actually made that shift when those changes were happening.
Okay.
But being boots on the ground and seeing people's reaction to those changes is a little bit more of a personal experience when you're actually helping people buy and sell.
You have some very interesting numbers here.
Yes. Well, last time we were here, we talked about, kind of what had happened in 2024 and 2023.
Yeah.
And, that the hope would be that there's going to be some trajectory upward in 2025. But we talked about how does that, what does that mean when the prices really haven't, changed a whole lot.
Right.
And interest rates might go down slightly, but we're kind of dealing with what we're going to deal with. Where does that change occur? And what we're seeing is that the people who have been kind of in a press pause mode for the last 2 years, that's going to go away. I mean, people are only going to be able to sit on the fence for so long. And I did bring some really cool numbers of where these life changes come from, right?
I love this stuff.
Yeah. So in the past 2 years, and this is from the National Association of Realtors, there have been 7 million babies born.
Wow.
3 million marriages, 1.5 million divorces, so that 50% stat
Still
there.
holding true. I can't believe that.
7 million people turned 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
4 million people passed away. 6 million new jobs were created, and I love this one because this one is something that really impacts what we do. Is 50 million people have switched their job.
Right.
Which means that people, when they're switching jobs, they might be making more money and they're buying a house, or people are relocating to different areas. So that back and forth and moving in and out of areas is always beneficial for our housing market as well.
Okay, 7 million babies. We're outgrowing our house. We need a bigger place.
It is a thing, right?
Yep, exactly. Yep. 3 million marriages. Honey, let's go buy a new home.
Exactly. A lot of those 7 million people getting married, that 36 years old, average home buying age, those are the people that are going to be like, we don't want to pay our landlord anymore. We want to be in the position where we're building some wealth.
And if things don't work out, the divorce situation, somebody's got to move somewhere.
Exactly. And once you live in a house and you haven't been paying that landlord, people generally don't go back to renting if they can possibly avoid it.
Okay, look at this change. If there were 7 million people that hit the age of 65, patio homes,
Well,
right?
Sure, for
retirement
sure.
homes, second homes.
Yes, all those things. And I just talked to somebody again this week about this weird little thing that we have in Minnesota that happens is that people maybe in St. Cloud have been living here and they've been going to the metro area to see their kids.
Yeah.
And then they have a cabin up north. We have a certain percentage of people within our area that will leave St. Cloud, buy a townhome in the metro area, and sell their home here. So it's kind of like they've got a cabin and a true townhome,
Sure.
right? So those are things that we're seeing in that population as well.
Okay, also, if you have 4 million people that are passing away, chances are good there's another transition that's going to have to take place there. That house may go up for sale.
It does, and the thing that doesn't translate into just on paper right here is that when you have 4 million people who have passed away, let's say it's their kids that are doing that home sale, most of those people are 100% equity in their home. Like they own it free and clear. So what now you're having an event where children are receiving dollars, which turns into an event for them to make maybe even a transition into a different place as well. So
Heidi, I don't recall the exact amount of people that are going to be involved in this. I just know that it is the largest transfer of wealth from the older generation to the next generation coming up that has ever happened in history. It's trillions of dollars.
Yeah, it's insane.
Okay.
And we see it. We see little glimmers of that. You talk to builders and people who are building homes, and they're building what they want, and they're probably overbuilding for what their values might end up being if they had to sell in a short term, but
Right.
they don't care because that segment of population is very, very cash flush.
Absolutely. When you look back at all of these things, is there one that is more important than the other as far as being a realtor?
No, I think that the combination of it, the lesson or the takeaway from it is that what happens in real estate, there very few of the transactions in any given year is I'm going to move just because I
Just
want
because,
to.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
or because I don't like my neighbor, or because I don't like my view. That is usually not the driving force. The driving force is what has happened in our lives, and that's where when people talk about the housing market doing this up and down and what's going on with the interest rates. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if the interest rates are 3% or 18%. When life changes happen, we're still going to be buying and selling real estate. People will still be moving.
When I bought my first house, interest rates were at 18%, but
Yes.
I didn't care. I was getting out of the apartment, man. I'm
Exactly.
getting my house.
Yeah.
The first one, right? It was amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know what all the statistics are, but there's things out there where they say if you would have waited in 1997
Oh, yeah.
for the interest rates to go on, you wouldn't have bought something for 20 years. I mean,
Yeah.
and think about the wealth you
Yeah.
missed out on.
You know what happens when you wait? The bus leaves.
Yes, it does.
And you're standing there going, hey, wait!
Yeah,
Right?
exactly, exactly.
All right, very, very important, Heidi. We need to know how to work with you at VoigtJohnson Real Estate.
Well, we always welcome your call at 320-774-2400, but go to our website as well. There's a great gallery of agents there to check out, a lot of bios to read, and we shall make a match for you.
Heidi, thank you.
Yep, you bet.
AM 1450, FM 99.3, KNSI, taking you home with VoigtJohnson Real Estate. Don't forget, start that home search at VoigtJohnson.com.